your mandate we shall stand. Now, I'm not the one singing that song. Before you start judging me, that was the chorus by 27 members of the River State House of Assembly who went today, not at 6 a.m. like they did last time, but this time at 8 a.m. or around 8 a.m. to sit. And of course, we saw the videos of them singing On Your Mandate We Shall Stand, the campaign song of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigeria's president. You can see them on your screen there. We'll get to hear some of that as we go on. But the crisis well, the crisis rocking the River State House of Assembly, River State, yet again, took a new turn on Monday, today, with 27 members of the River State House of Assembly said to be loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory and erstwhile immediate past governor of that state, Nyesom Wike. You saw that on your screen. Defecting from the ruling People's Democratic Party in River State to the All Progressives Congress, citing what they called division within the PDP as the primary reason for their defection to the APC. It was gathered that the lawmakers held plenary at about 8 a.m. Today on the tight security mounted at the River State House of Assembly complex, the one with the blue dome on Moscow Road, almost opposite the State Police Command. Now, following this, the River State Governor, Sim Fubara, we hear, summoned an emergency executive council meeting at Government House, just down the road from the Assembly complex. You can actually walk as a walking distance. Over the weekend, the rumor mill was rife with speculation that the forces loyal to Wike were perfecting their plan to remove the governor. Impeachment. I'm here the word in your mind. Well, the relationship between Wike and Fubara went south following the botched attempt by some members of the State House of Assembly who are loyal to Wike to begin the process of impeaching the governor. This personality clash got to a head when a section of the Assembly was set ablaze by suspected arsonists. We do not know who they are. They have neither been identified or apprehended to face the law. Now, Governor Fubara also alleged that he was shot at by operatives of the Nigeria Police Force. What we saw was a water cannon from the police targeted in his direction when he led some of his top functionaries to the scene of the arson at the State House of Assembly to ascertain, the level of damage done to the infrastructure there. Following widespread condemnation and calls for his intervention, Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu waded into the matter, and both men went on to make conciliatory public statement. But we can say probably it is clear from today's proceedings that it is firmly back to the trenches for Wike and Fubara. Question we're asking tonight, like we said in our tease, is this the beginning of the end for Governor Siminalayi Fubara? Our guest tonight on Politics HQ, Honorable Mohammed Etsu. He's an APC chieftain. Honorable, great to have you. Should I say congratulations? The ranks of your party are swelling. What is your reaction to today's development? Did you see it coming?
Thank you for having me, and I think it's a plus for us as APC, and in our democracy, it's a good one.
Did you see it coming?
Yes, of course. I think anyone that understands the political situation of the country and the political antics that is happening in the last few months in River State should expect this, that it will come, and it's a new dawn in the River State political scene.
All right. The letter informing the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, or should I say parallel Speaker, for those who will be more comfortable with that, Honorable Martin Zamehule, who was one of the three or so lawmakers who were on the side of Nyesom Wike when that first impeachment was attempted against Amechi. I remember interviewing him that evening. That letter informing him of today's sitting of the intention to the camp cited the division in the People's Democratic Party due to a court case involving the National Secretary of the party. Now, I know that you are not a member of the PDP. The other gentleman who was meant to join us pulled out at the last minute. But you're a politician. You're aware of the Nigerian constitution. As far as you're concerned, the National Secretary is in contention. He's at the court regarding his position. Is there a division in the PDP that fulfills the requirements of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, regarding cross-carpeting in the legislature and indeed in the polity?
Yes, I think anyone that is familiar with our Constitution and electoral dealings in this country in the last few years should know that it's everyday things that people port from one political party to another so that they can be able to have and realize their ambition or to get what they feel that it's okay for them. But with recent development in Rivers State, it is clearly shown that the Rivers State political situation now, it has erupted more again, because it shows that the APC, who are the majority members in the State Assembly, are going to overpower the PDP, even though they are originated PDP members. But it's clearly shown today that now they are ported to APC to checkmate the governor and to make sure that what is expected of them should take place. But I don't think it's good now at the rate at which they are going in Rivers State to start a crisis where there is none. The two political gladiators, the former governor and the current governor, who is like a political son to the Minister of FCT, should trade with caution. And both of them should trade with caution. That's my advice for them. Because the rate they are going, I don't think the Rivers State will get the kind of dividend of democracy they are expecting with this crisis at hand. Even though it's allowed to pitch a tent with any political party if you find out that there is issue in your own house. What the Rivers State House of Assembly cited, especially the honorable member who tendered the resignation on behalf of other members, showing clearly that there is crisis in the River PDP and the national PDP on its own. Now, it allowed them to go to a political party in which they can have a comfort, and they've done so. But to give the Rivers State the kind of governance that the governor has envisioned and the other people are anticipating that they should do, with this current political crisis, I don't think the state is going to be stable because of the crisis. It's just the beginning of the crisis, where you have a majority opposition members and the minority, the leading party, the leading government in the states. I don't think the governor needs to go back to his drawing board and see how he can do some realignment so that they can be able to give the Rivers State dividend of democracy.
All right. It could be argued that any division in the PDP in Rivers State, which I'm in PDP in Rivers State. I'm not in PDP, but I'm very familiar with every single detail of the politics of Rivers State, like the back of my hand, having lived and worked there for almost 10 years. There seems to be no division in the PDP in Rivers State. It seems to be together. However, at the national level, we have a court case instituted regarding the position of the National Secretary. This is one position in the EXCO of the People's Democratic Party. Now, I want to read to you, sir, Section 109, and of course, I know we'll go there, of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, so we can look at the national PDP to really be sure if there's a division. And you're the one to tell us, but Section 109, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, subsection 1, G says, and I quote, a member of a House of Assembly shall vacate his seat in the House. Shall vacate his seat in the House if, and we go to G, being a person whose election to the House of Assembly was sponsored by a political party, he becomes a member of another political party before the expiration of the period for which that House was elected. Provided, there's a proviso here, that his membership of the latter political party is not as a result of a division in the party of which, it says, of which he was previously a member, or a merger of two or more political parties or factions by one of which he was previously sponsored. So where is the division in the People's Democratic Party, sir?
Let me bring you to notice of the division in the Rivers PDP. First and foremost, there is one PDP in Rivers, which is headed by Nyesom Wike. Now, the Nyesom Wike, who is like a godfather to the current governor, Mr. Fubara, there have been a lot of issues in the last few months, which has made them not in the same table to discuss river agenda any longer. Now, if you look at it, the governor is strictly behind. He has the backing of some of the PDP members in the state, mostly some of the people who feel that the River State, the former governor of River State, shouldn't be the one in charge of the PDP of Rivers. Now, and the former governor of River State, which is Nyesom Wike, is a serving minister under a government of APC. It's clearly shown that within the ranks of PDP in the state, there is division already.
Sir, PDP is one. It's a national body. And that's why I try to save us the time.
No. Let me bring it to your notice.
Can I finish
PDP
my
is
point?
not one.
I'm just asking the question.
There is issue
Can I land, sir? You're not allowing me to ask you the question. Now, what I'm asking you is this. I try to save us the time and the energy by pointing out that the PDP in the local government area, if they're having any fight, is not the PDP national. If they can't take a decision on behalf of a national body, PDP is one, and they have members in the state. It's the party is one. So that's why I said let's set aside whatever is happening. We've said note, sir, that Nyesom Wike and Fubara have always, of all the last statements they made, they said that they themselves don't have any issues. But I want us to look at what the letter by the Deputy Speaker of the River State House of Assembly said. It clearly talked about the court case regarding the national secretary of the party. We remember that Federal Capital Territory High Court in November ordered Senator Samuel Anyanwu to stop parading himself as national secretary of the PDP pending the determination of a suit against him. Don't forget that he is also is a governorship candidate in Imo State. So there's a court order that we have here. But the latest, I think, from last month was that the court halted a move to remove Anyanwu. That was the PDP, Federal High Court, in Abuja, restraining the PDP from removing Sam Anyanwu pending the determination, the hearing and determination of the substantive suit on the issue. So I think that should be an interlocutory injunction or whatever you want to call it. So is that a division?
I think you should get it clear that when a case is instituted against a senior member of the party, usually from a members of the party who will believe that they should work in a harmonious situation so that they can be able to move the party forward. And a court case has been instituted against a national secretary of the party. It's clearly shown that there is division already, because any member of a political party who is going to be abide by the do's and don'ts of that party shouldn't have gone further to even situated a case against a leader of the party on the level of the national secretary. Now, it's clearly shown that there is division already, where its members are not in tandem with the leadership of the party. That point A from the national angle. The point B from the state angle, people should know that there is clear division in the PDP of River State, where some people feel this is an opportunity for them to cash in the crisis of Nyesom Wike and Mr. Fubara, so that they can be able to actualize their political dreams. People who are already fighting Nyesom Wike, former national chairman of the party, Uche Secondus, and other people in the River State, this is an opportunity for them to queue in behind the governor. And the former governor, who has the lawmakers by his side, feels that this is also an opportunity for them to move from that angle so that they can be able to be throwing tantrum to each other. But I don't think it's good for River State at this moment, because this is just barely a year to the seat of governance. It shouldn't have come at this critical time. This is the time for them to work together so that they can deliver a good governance to River people. But now it's already emerged in crisis. The party in the state is already emerged in the crisis. Who is the leader of the party in the state?
I don't have a copy of the letter, but listening to what Martin Zamehule said today, the speaker or parallel speaker, whichever you want to go with, of the State House of Assembly, what he said was citing the case at the Abuja High Court involving the position of Samaya.
The National Secretary?
Yes. And for River State, if you look at the executive of the PDP, the officials of the PDP, those who are holding positions, the party membership of the party, before now, nobody has left. Before now, there's no split. We have an internal wranglings. So, but for you, is there a possibility that these 27, some of whom are my friends, so it's not personal, but these 27 have any reason to fear that they will lose their seats?
I don't think there is a reason to fear, because there is a lot of precedent on that regards, and none have been punished on that, even though there is where you can, and that's why they look for a lacuna where there is issue at the national and a prompting issue at the state, but it doesn't get clear that the issue at the state is what prompted them to leave the party. They hang on the issue of the national secretary. But let me tell you something. What is happening in River State? The River State political situation now, it's at the crossroad where the gladiators of River State have not agreed to sit down and work for River people. Both the governor and the former governor need to go back to drawing board to mend fences. If not, the Rivers people are going to be on the loser side. These lawmakers have already pitched tent with the APC. Nobody knows their next move. Is it going to be against the governor, or they are going to be in the State Assembly to impeach the speaker so that they will take the leadership? Because the leadership of the House definitely must come from the majority of the people who are elected members. Now, the majority of the elected members now are in the opposition, which is the APC. And in the next few days, they must take the next step by going further to make sure that they took over the leadership of the House. I'm telling you categorically clear that the governor needs to sit on tight, need to go back to drawing board and see how he can mend fences. If not, with the way this crisis is going, it's going to consume him and it's going to consume his.
All right. We'll get to that. Thank you very much. There is a court order that was issued, a federal high court in Abuja, restraining the governor of Rivers State. I think this was on Friday, if I'm not mistaken, from and others from preventing the State House of Assembly from carrying out its statutory functions and businesses. We have the court also restraining the governor from removing or transferring the clerk and the deputy clerk of the House, and stopping the state government from withholding any amount standing to the credit of the River State House of Assembly, the Consolidated Revenue Fund of River State, including salaries and emoluments due and payable to the Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and other members of the House of Assembly, as well as the clerk and deputy clerk and other members of the House. What are the implications of this? How do you see this affecting the current situation?
The implication is clear. It's going to affect the governance in River State, because the situation now has shown that both the governor, both the people who are loyal to the governor and the loyalists of the former governor, who is the FCT minister, are trying to show power so that they can be able to who is going to take charge. But in a nutshell, we should know that the governor is the leader of the PDP now in River State, because of the hierarchy and the kind of what we attach to the nomenclature of who is in charge. The rushing to the court by other people has shown clearly that the governor need to, and that's why I told you before that the governor need to sit tight to see how he can mend fences.
Yeah.
So
Honorable, can I ask you a quick question? Yes. So where does the balance of power following what happened today? Where does the balance of power now, as we speak, lie in River State, in the politics of River State? Is it with the governor? Is it with Nyesom Wike and his supporters? Quickly, please.
No, with what is happening in the State Assembly, if a governor cannot have the control or cannot have the buy-in of the members elected in the Assembly, and they are pitching tents with the former governor, it's clearly shown that the former governor is still in charge.
Okay.
Where 27 members of Assembly have moved from PDP to APC, where Nyesom Wike has romances and has a power to control the political structure of APC in the state, because now the APC in the state itself has a caretaker leadership, which has been inaugurated some few weeks back, so that they can be able to pilot the affairs of the party.
So is the end, Honorable Mohammed, so is the end nigh for Governor Sim Fubara? Are these his last days? Is clock ticking against him?
Yeah, I think if the governor is smart enough, you need to track back on some of his steps, go back and mend fences, meet some key political stakeholders in the state, so that they will discuss Rivers issues first before discussing their ambitions.
All right. Well, we'll keep our eyes on this one. Honorable Mohammed Etsu, Chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, thank you very much for your time. We will return to this issue tomorrow with some members of the State House of Assembly. But we appreciate your time on the program.
Thank you very much for having me once again.
All right, like I said, we'll continue our coverage of the unfolding situation in River State. But up ahead, we have a discussion on the situation in Nigeria's southeast, which has been bedeviled with security and instability. We'll be back after this break to talk some more. Please.